Good morning, everybody. It's Mark Sebastian, your only option, and this is your state of the market. We are going to discuss what's happening today, what happened yesterday. What does this price action mean? We're going to look at our three levers to determine a bottom, see where they line up, and then we'll talk a little bit about earnings season. So we've got a lot to break down, and I'm happy to be here with you. So let's roll right into the markets. If you want to share my screen, Justin. You know, ugly day yesterday. But we did get a nice little rip into the close, which the market is kind of using for some bullishness. Basically, are sitting where we gapped down to on Monday's open, right? We had a little gap here from 52.77 to 52.35-ish and 38-ish. And now we're starting to kind of enter that gap. Are we going to close that gap or not? We shall see. All right, so why are we feeling better today? Why are markets feeling better today? Well, take a look at the price action of TLT. It's up 71 cents. Absolutely obliterated on Monday. Was the lowest close that we have seen since we had that major bond selling event back in January. I mean, if bonds had opened significantly lower today, when I say bonds, I mean the price of the bond lower, price of bonds down, yields go up, price of bonds go up, yields go down. So the important thing about the TLT, it's the long bond. So their, duration is about 22 years. So the debt they're holding is the debt that relates to mortgages and a lot of things like that. And if the 30-year starts approaching 5%, that's pushing mortgage rates up and up and up. So that is why we're watching that so closely. The borrowing costs are a big deal, folks. So we're up today. Why? Bond market looks better. Still does not look great, though. Still does not look great, and ignore the bond market at your own peril. TLT is currently up about 72 cents. If this gets to zero, you will see the S&P starting to cut losses. If it goes red on the day, I will be looking to short the market. This bonds are the key, folks. Now, the next major lever we're watching is, again, I really want to see the VIX get back below 30 consistently and then move toward 20. I've told you this multiple times over the last few days. I believe volatility peaked on April 7th, unless the bond market crashes. That's my one little asterisk. Bond market crash, who knows where we go. But if things stay orderly in the bond market, then peak volatility is in. And you're going to be looking to want to find ways to be short volatility, short the VIX. And by that, I mean you're going to want to own puts on something like VIX or VXX. Now, we haven't hit my specific things I'm watching to turn that on, but some things are starting to take shape. All right, so VIX down almost as much as it was up yesterday. And our futures term structure, this is a really important one, is coming in around 90 cents. It peaked at about $1.40 yesterday, and it gotten down to below 60 late last week. At its peak, it was like 2.5. So I'm waiting for these two to line up. When they line up, that's a go signal on a lot of trading strategies. All right, now finally, I want to know, is IWM leading or lagging? Well, the whole market's up. IWM is the laggard. Makes me think we might roll over a little bit today. We're at that all-important level of 52.50. This is a level Leisha has put out there as an important level. I think it's 52.52 to be exact. So don't be surprised. We get a little bit of run into some resistance here. And I don't love the fact that the Russell continues to lag. This tells me there's going to be we've got more chop coming. Tells me we've got more chop coming. So those are my three levers. I kind of want to look at one thing with you guys. All right. Here is the S&P 500. All right. I want to take a picture of it. And I don't want the whole thing. I want this. So this is the debt ceiling debacle of 2011 and credit downgrade. And below is the price action we've had. The two charts do not look that dissimilar to this point, do they? Maybe a little smoother sell-off here. But you get the big rally. Now this one was a doji and not just a straight bar. You get the reversal. You get the rally again. You get some chop. And then we finally form a bottom. Kind of interesting, right? Past performance perfectly predicts future performance. I wouldn't say that. But what I would say is that there are echoes from the past. And this has some similar feel to it. Government created mess. You know, a little bit of economic uncertainty while we figured it out. And then, you know, we figured it out. And folks, what do you know? We bounced off 5250. So that's just a historical reference that I think has some similarities and what I've been kind of comparing the current trading environment. So yeah, there's that. All right. So what are we doing today then? Well, again, VIX pulling back. Nothing says nothing nothing says, hey, buy me, sell me. What I said was up at 5250, hey, don't be surprised if we get a little bit of a rollover here. And lo and behold, we did because we ran into resistance. Now, let's see if we consolidate here and get a little bounce. The alternative is we roll right back over. All right. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up two assets that actually don't look terrible right now. I'm going to start with gold. Now, gold is flying. And you can see how excited people are about gold right now. And you're saying, what do you mean people are excited about gold? How can you tell people are excited about gold? Well, when a stock rallies, typically, its option prices fall a little bit. There's a multitude of reasons. Part of it's actually just mathematics. But it's also when stocks rally some, people will sell covered calls. Gold has basically been ripping since April 7th. GLD has gone from 273, 274 to 316. That's like 18%. In that time, look at gold option prices. That's red line here. And what do you notice? While gold has been going up, option prices have been exploding. So that tells me there is a lot of excitement around GLD. So that's one thing to be watching. And then I can go in and see, okay, where are they excited? What time frame? And that's when I'm looking at big money flow, and I want to see kind of what are they trying to do. So here's a trade. Biggest trade today. So far, option price is going up, but it's not. We're not seeing any giant big block orders. So when a stock is at its peaks or has been breaking new highs, what I'm looking for is to find tops is are people hitting the exit on calls? And if they are they rolling or are they not rolling? And, so GLD in Delta Strike, I would go in and I'd kind of analyze, okay, what were they trying to do with this call spread? That'd be a piece of what I'd be looking at to help me determine kind of what I want to do. All right, now the other asset that is on the run is Bitcoin. However, the option prices on Bitcoin, they're pretty cheap. The Bitcoin options on iBit are not expensive. So if you're interested in trading crypto or you want to, or you have, a trade idea, you've got two assets that are ripping, one where the options are really cheap and one where the options are crazy expensive. So, there you have it. All right, now we're entering earnings season. We are entering earnings season. Over the next few days, we have a lot of big earnings. We've already done the banks. We have already seen Taiwan Semiconductor, first big one. And now we get into like the meat of it. So we have some big ones this week. We've already had a pretty big earnings this morning. And that is GE. GE is up $7.50. 4.2%. Now, when I'm looking at option prices, you can see post earnings. What tends to happen? Boop. They fall right back down. GE premiums are back to where they were end of March. All right, but so there's one that just reported. And we've got other ones that are going to be reporting as well. Largest EQTs, largest after the market today. This is a huge nat gas company. They report after the bell. All right, now there's also a car company reporting after the bell. Tesla. And looking ahead of these earnings, what I would say is that the premiums are especially high. Right? This red line, my option prices. Ahead of earnings, option prices are especially high. But part of the reason for that, stock's got an average true range of 18 bucks. Now that's coming off. We're starting to see things calm down. You might be finding a floor in Tesla here, folks. Relative to where options were, they're lower, but the option prices are still high. But part of that is because we've been getting so much movement. The blue line, the light blue line is how much we've been moving close to close over the last 20 days. And the kind of dark blue line is over the last 10 days. And then this yellow line is how much we've been moving high to low on an average every day. And they're all really high. All right. And then the earnings. Yeah. So currently, and I'm going to teach you guys more about this tonight. Currently, they're pricing in the biggest move in Tesla since July of 2020. All right. Now, this is a lot of the stuff I'm kind of going through, this earnings analysis, talking to you about big money flow. These are all things I'm going to be doing in my masterclass. Now, my kickoff session is on Thursday, and then my first session is going to be next Friday. And this is going to walk you through everything you need to know for zero DTE trading, for reading big money flow, trading with the banks. I'm going to teach you how to buy stocks that are at their lows at 20% of the cost of buying their stocks. And then we're going to do a deep dive into trading volatility, VIX, option prices. Vicky, we'll make sure it's not. So if you would like to join me, we have a special going. You can click the link here and or give my team a call, 888-872-3301. Now, more importantly, I am going to be going live after the close, and I am going to be walking through Tesla, what I did ahead of it, what I'm doing after it, how I'm approaching things, and then I'm going to give you kind of a little mini earnings breakdown, how I analyze things. This will be fun, and you definitely don't want to miss. I'm going to be back here at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time today. So don't miss out on your opportunity to join me. It's going to be great. It's going to be a good time. So to kind of wrap things up, lever 1, bond prices calming down. Lever 2, VIX calming down, still nowhere near we're good. 3, IWM leading, no. So now the other big takeaway, gold prices, gold option prices really high as it rallies. Bitcoin prices not high as it rallies. Is there an opportunity there? Is there an opportunity there? The answer is yes, there is. And then we talked about previewing some earnings. I've talked about how this is they're predicting the biggest move in Tesla since July of 2020. And then I invited you to join me in the masterclass. So I am looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. As long as you guys keep coming, I'll keep showing up. So I appreciate you guys all being here. And don't forget to join me again today at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time as we look at Tesla earnings. All right, folks. I am Mark Sebastian. I am your only option. Have a great, great day.